Hello students, I'm here with another video from the chapter of class 7th Science NCERT book. The name of the chapter is Heat. So before starting today's video, I would like to tell you all that till now what all things we have discussed in this chapter. So children, we have seen about the word heat, which is just the contrast or it is just the opposite of the word cold. And how can we find that any object is hot or cold? We can easily find out by touching it. But sometimes the method of touching, we cannot rely on our sense organs for checking the things whether it is hot or cold. So we require certain reliable method, because sometimes what happens when we touch any object, then it feels to be hot, but actually this is not hot. Okay, or sometimes some other person is going to touch the same object, it is going to be felt as cold on the palm of the other person. So it could be in contrast. Okay, so it is in contrast that sometimes if it appears to be hot or cold on the different person's palm, then we cannot say that this object is hot or cold. So we require certain reliable method for telling that any object is hot or cold. Okay, so for that there is a concept of temperature. So what is this temperature? Temperature means it is the degree of the measurement of hotness or coldness of any object. Suppose that if I give you some hot water in a cup, then I have to say, if I ask you people that what kind of water, how much hot is this water is. So what are you going to say? You are going to say that this is 100 degrees Celsius. The temperature is. So how can you tell that this water is this much hot? And this could be only be said when we measure the temperature. So for measuring the temperature, again we require some instrument we require. So what is that instrument? What is that device which is used for measuring the temperature? That is thermometer. So we have discussed about the two types of thermometers, that is, one is the laboratory thermometer and the clinical thermometer. First we have discussed about the clinical thermometer, in which is having a small range of temperature, because it has to measure only the body temperature, or it has to measure the body temperature of different people. So its range is just from 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. Now what is this degree Celsius? So this degree Celsius is the unit of measuring temperature. Okay, if we have to measure the temperature, we will use the Fahrenheit or degree Celsius scale for measuring the temperature. So this is the scale, because if we have to measure any dimension, if we have to measure the length, breadth, volume, area, perimeter, anything, we require one scale we require, upon which we can rely, and we can easily calculate that how much this particular thing is what dimension is this particular thing having. So for that we designed the scale, and this is known to be as a Celsius scale and the Fahrenheit scale. Okay, then after that we have measured the temperature, and its name, for measuring the temperature we need to follow certain precautions, because we are dealing with the clinical thermometer and it has to measure the temperature of the various people. So we have to take care of certain points, and that all those points are already discussed in the last class. And I have also discussed about the structure of laboratory thermometer, which is having some differences. Okay, so I'll be continuing with the differences between clinical and laboratory thermometer. So about clinical and laboratory thermometer. Okay, laboratory thermometer. So what are the differences? First of all, what kind of measurement it has to do? This is going to measure the body temperature. It measures body temperature. Okay, Similarly, if we have to go on to this point, laboratory thermometer measures the temperature of objects. Okay. Second thing, it is used by doctors. Okay, and this is used in the labs, in the laboratory. Okay. Then third point, its length is small. And third one, here we can say the length is large. Fine. Then we need to see that next difference is about the range is between 35 degrees Celsius to 42 degrees Celsius. Okay. Similarly, this ranges from -10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius. So children, these are the various differences, and the last difference lies that kink is present. Kink is present. Okay. And here kink absent. Fine. So all these are the differences between the clinical and the laboratory thermometer. Now, if we have to measure the temperature ranging from -10 degrees Celsius to 110 degrees Celsius, we can easily measure using this laboratory thermometer. But just remember, the clinical thermometer is used for measuring the temperature of our body, and but whereas this laboratory thermometer is used to measure the temperature of any object. Okay. And length, if we talk about the length of any length of the object, then this is about the this one is smaller as compared to the laboratory thermometer. Okay. Then after that, we need to study is that activity number 4.5, which in which we have to, okay, 4.4 we'll be discussing, because in this we have discussed about we have to discuss the activities also. So I'll be telling you about the activity number 4.4. Take some tap water in a beaker or a mug. Dip the thermometer in the water that the bulb is immersed in the water, but does not touch the bottom of the sides of the container because it would be hot. Okay. Hold the thermometer vertically and observe the movement of mercury in the thermometer. Wait till the mercury thread is going to be steady, means ruk jayega. Okay. So what could be the difference? How can we measure the temperature using the thermometer? A clinical, this laboratory thermometer. So I'll be telling you about this activity. It is about measuring the temperature using laboratory thermometer. Okay, what could be using laboratory thermometer? So what you have to do, you have to just take a beaker which is having water, which is having hot water in it, and then we will be putting the thermometer inside this. We will immerse the bulb inside this hot water for some time, and we will be seeing that the mercury thread is rising inside this laboratory thermometer, and we'll wait the temperature till which it is not going to be raised up. So when it stops raising inside the thermometer, we will take the temperature of the particular liquid. Say it is water. So what could be the boiling temperature or boiling point? It would be about 100 degrees Celsius. We will see that the mercury thread is going to rise till 100 degrees Celsius. After that, it is not going to rise. Okay. So this is how we are going to measure the temperature. And as soon as we are going to take it out from the beaker, or if we add some ice or something cold water in this hot water, we are going to mix the water in this hot water, then we'll be seeing that mercury falls down. As soon as it is falling down, we will feel that it is going to become 10 degrees or 20 degrees it will become. And if you have to put this thermometer in the ice, then what would be the temperature? It will be 0 degrees Celsius, or sometime it could reach to -1 or -2. Okay, so this is how you're going to read the temperature of the liquids and the objects also, but there is no option of making the mercury stable inside the thermometer, as there is absence of kink. You know that kink, what is the function of kink? Function of kink is to stop the mercury at a particular temperature. It is not letting the mercury to fall back into the bulb. Okay, it is not letting the mercury to fall back into the bulb. But inside this laboratory thermometer, once the temperature is rising, mercury is rising, आप जैसे ही इस थर्मोमीटर को इस गर्म पानी में से बाहर निकालोगे, then what happens? The mercury will start falling down quickly without wasting a single second. Okay, so जैसे ही आप इस कंटेनर में से इस थर्मोमीटर को बाहर निकालेंगे, the mercury will fall down, and this tells us the next the freezing temperature, you can say, or the cold temperature of this object, of this water. So we will have a range of positive as well as the negative temperature. You can say that freezing point, boiling point of any object could be, melting point could also be seen using this laboratory thermometer. Okay, so this is how we are going to measure the temperature using laboratory thermometer, and this is the difference between clinical and laboratory thermometer. So compare the temperature of the water. Is there any variation in the readings? Discuss with the possible reason. I have discussed with the possible reasons. Okay. And as we have discussed about the measuring temperature using clinical thermometer, we have seen certain precautions were there to be taken for the measurement of temperature, children. Okay, but in the laboratory thermometer also we need to measure the temperature using certain precautions. What are these? We have to keep the thermometer upright. Okay, सीधा रखना हमको thermometer को, क्योंकि अगर हम tilt करेंगे तो bulb will come out from the liquid and we will not be able to see the temperature. और अगर हम अपने लेवल में नहीं रखेंगे, आइस के लेवल में नहीं रखेंगे उस टेम्परेचर, इस थर्मोमीटर को, देन अगेन व्हाट विल हैपन, वी विल बी सीइंग द डिफरेंट टेम्परेचर, मींस टेम्परेचर या तो कम दिखेगा या ज्यादा दिखेगा. ओके, फॉर दैट वी हैव टू कीप द ऑब्जेक्ट, वी हैव टू कीप द थर्मोमीटर at a particular distance from the eyes. Okay, now bulb should be surrounded from all the sides into the substance. ऐसा नहीं है कि beaker कहीं और है और thermometer हवा में. It's not like that. It should be properly immersed inside the liquid for obtaining the particular temperature of any liquid. It could be the temperature for warm objects could also be seen, and cold object temperature could also be taken up. Okay, so this is what is about the measurement of temperature using thermometer, using this laboratory, the measuring temperature using thermometer, which is said to be as laboratory thermometer. Okay, now and what is next activity? That is activity number 4.5. Activity number 4.5. Take some hot water in a beaker or a mug. Dip thermometer in water. Wait till the mercury thread becomes steady and note the temperature. How? Now take out the thermometer from water and observe carefully what happens to it. The mercury will fall down. It is going to fall down very fast. Okay. Do you notice that as soon as you take out the thermometer from the water, the level of the mercury starts falling down? Yes, we will notice the same thing. Then after that, what happens? This means that the temperature must be measured, must be taken while immersing the bulb of the thermometer inside the liquid. You must recall that while taking your own body temperature, you have taken out the thermometer from your mouth. But here in laboratory thermometer, as soon as you are taking out the thermometer from the liquid, the temperature is going to fall down. Okay, so why this was happening? This was happening because kink was absent in laboratory thermometer. Because of the kink, because the work of the kink is to hold the mercury at this particular temperature which we have to measure. Till the time we will not take the reading, we are not going to give the jerk to the clinical thermometer. The mercury level is not going to go down. So this is what is the difference and the use of the kink in the laboratory thermometer and the clinical thermometer. It is absent. Why it is absent? Because we have to take both the ranges of the temperature. Freezing के टाइम में भी हमें टेम्परेचर लेना है और बॉइलिंग टाइम में भी किसी लिक्विड के टेम्परेचर को हमें मेजर करने की जरूरत पड़ सकती है लैब में. ओके तो अभी क्या करते हैं, हम लेबोरेटरी थर्मोमीटर को यूज करते हैं. और छोटा थर्मोमीटर रहेगा तो क्या होगा कि आपका ऑब्जेक्ट अगर बहुत गर्म है तो पूरा का पूरा थर्मोमीटर चला जाएगा उस लिक्विड के अंदर. यू कैन नॉट मेजर द टेम्परेचर प्रॉपरली. सो फॉर द length is given so that it could be clamped easily in the clamp stands. Okay, so thermometer को आराम से हम clamp कर सकते हैं, जोड़ सकते हैं किसी भी stand के साथ में, ताकि हम अच्छे से टेम्परेचर को मेजर कर सके किसी भी लिक्विड को. Okay, it is kept in the beaker. So you can recall that while taking your own temperature, we have taken out the thermometer from our mouth, and the reason is that, but in laboratory thermometer we cannot do it. Okay. So we have observed that kink is the present inside the bulb of the thermometer, just near to the bulb of the clinical thermometer. Okay, so we have seen about this. Now there are a lot of concern of the use of mercury in the thermometer. So mercury is toxic substance and it is very much difficult to dispose it. So if thermometer breaks, its disposal is very much difficult, because mercury is a material, it is a metal which is said to be as a heavy metal, and it cannot be decomposed in, or it could not be disposed very properly in the environment. These days digital thermometers are available which do not use mercury. Okay, which do not use mercury. Transfer of heat, then we have to study about the transfer of heat. So children, this was about the mercury and the use of mercury, and nowadays we are using the digital thermometer where the sensors are there, thermosensors are present inside the digital thermometer, and it tells us the temperature in the form of the numbers, in the form of the digits. That is why it is said to be as the digital thermometer. Okay. Now the next topic which we have to discuss is the transfer of heat. Okay, it is the transfer of heat. Now what do you understand by the word transfer? Transfer means to move from one place to other. To move from one place to other. Okay, so if we have to move the heat from one place to another, it is said to be as transfer of heat. Okay, it is said as transfer of heat. Transferring something means we are displacing the thing from one place to another. We are moving the thing from one place to another place. Okay, as जैसे आप लोग का भी अगर ट्रांसफर होता है कहीं से किसी एक स्कूल से दूसरे स्कूल में जाते हो. Okay, so that is said to be as transfer. Transfer means to move from one place to another place. यहाँ हम किस चीज का ट्रांसफर पढ़ रहे हैं? यहाँ हम पढ़ रहे हैं हीट का ट्रांसफर. So heat is going to transport, it is going to move from one place to another place. Okay, so how this is possible and how the transfer will take place inside the materials like solid, liquids and gases. Okay, so we know that there are three states of matter. Okay, what are these three states of matter? It is the solid, it is liquid and it is gases. ठीक है. सो अगर हम किसी भी ऑब्जेक्ट का नाम, किसी भी सब्सटेंस का नाम लेते हैं, जैसे चॉक ले लिया या वाटर ले लिया, ऑयल ले लिया, एयर ले लिया. ओके, सो वी कैन टेक एनी एग्जाम्पल. If we are taking any example, all these materials are going to be one of these states of matter. If we take the example of chalk, it is solid in nature. अगर हम example लेते हैं water का, it is liquid in nature. If we take the example of air, it is gaseous in nature. So if we are taking any, suppose that if you are taking any of the objects, कोई भी object का आप नाम लीजिए, इन तीनों में से किसी ना किसी एक category में it is going to fall. Okay. This is because the materials are of three types, matter is of three types, solid, liquids and gases. So solid, liquids and gases में अगर हम बात करें तो क्या इनमें heat transfer हो सकता है? या अगर हम ऐसा सोचें कि हीट ट्रांसफर होगा तो कहाँ होगा हीट ट्रांसफर? हीट ट्रांसफर विल टेक प्लेस इन दीज थ्री स्टेट्स ऑफ मैटर. नाउ वी शुड से दैट सॉलिड को हम सॉलिड बोलते हैं, लिक्विड्स एंड गैसेस को हम क्या एक और नाम से जानते हैं, उसका नाम है फ्लूइड. It is also known by one word. This word is said to be as, by another word it is known as fluid. Okay, this is known as fluid. So fluid means, if we talk about the fluid, fluid means liquids and gases collectively they are known to be as fluids. Okay, now you might have observed that a frying pan becomes hot when it is kept on flame. It is because that heat passes from flame to utensils. Yes, आप अगर आप देखो किचन में जा करके अगर अपने, तो यू विल बी सीइंग दैट इफ यू आर गोइंग टू कुक समथिंग, इफ यू आर गोइंग टू कुक फूड, then you have to put some vessel on the gas stove. Okay, so if you're keeping the utensil for some time, then what happens to that utensil if the flame is burning and you're keeping the utensil on it? It starts becoming hot, it becomes hot. And if you leave it for some time, what happens? The heat is going to transfer in that vessel. How it becomes hot? The question here is how that utensil becomes hot. Utensil becomes hot because the transfer of heat is taking place. Heat is moving from the gas stove to the from the burner to the utensil. That is why it becomes hot. या अगर आप ऐसे सोचो कि आप एक ग्लास में गर्म पानी लेकर के उसमें अगर एक स्पून डाल देते हो मेटल की, तो what happens? It is going to become hot after some time. Just touch that spoon, you will feel that this has become hot. Why? Because the spoon and the water, the heat is going to transfer from the in between the utensil, water and the spoon. Okay, so here we say that transference of heat will take place. It means that movement of the heat is taking place inside the different objects, whether it is solid, liquid or gases. Okay, so we have to observe that whether the heat transfer is taking place by certain types. Okay, there are certain types of heat transfer. So it is said that we can understand that in both the cases heat flows from the hotter object to the colder object. In fact, in all the cases heat flows from hot object to the cold object. Please remember this point, that heat flow and the transfer of heat will always take place from where to where? It is going to take place from hotter objects to cold objects. Okay, from hot object to cold object. कहीं से भी heat transfer होगा, it is always taking place from hot object to the cold object. Okay, now the next thing is that we can understand the heat is always flowing from hot object to the cold object in all the cases. How the heat flows? Now the next question is, hot object से cold object पे heat पहुंच गई, कैसे पहुंची? क्या इस प्रोसेस का कुछ नाम है, या क्या हम इस heat transfer को कई नामों से जानते हैं? So we will be focusing on the types of heat transfer. What are the ways of heat transfer? Okay, what are the ways of heat transfer in solid, liquids and gases? मैंने आपको बताया material would be solid, liquids और gases, उसी में heat transfer होगा. किन तरीकों से होगा? First is conduction. Second is convection. And the other is radiation. Okay, it is known as radiation. So there are three ways of heat transfer. One is conduction, convection and radiation. Okay, so we will be discussing about all these 3 points one by one. So first we will be discussing about conduction. Okay, before that there is one activity given here as activity number 4.6. Yes. So take a rod or a strip of metal. Take a rod or a strip of metal, say aluminium, or say it as, we have to take the rod of either of the two types. Either we will take aluminium rod or we will take the iron rod. Okay. It could be a metallic strip also. It's not necessary that you have to take a rod. Okay. Now fix a few small wax pieces on the rod. These pieces should be nearly at equal distance. ठीक है, क्या करना है हमें? एक रॉड लेनी है. Okay. उस रॉड में we will put some wax pieces at equal distance. Okay, we'll be putting the wax pieces at equal distance. Okay. The next thing is that clamp the rod to a stand. If you don't find the stand, you can put the two bricks. Okay, we can clamp it also. We'll just clamp it somewhere. Okay, we can clamp it somewhere. ठीक है, रॉड को हम कहीं बांध देंगे, क्लैम्प कर देंगे. अब क्या करना है? नेक्स्ट, now put the other end of the rod. Now heat the other end of the rod and observe it. We have to heat the other end of the rod and observe it. ठीक है, एक हम इसको हीट करेंगे दूसरे एंड को and we will observe it. What are you going to find? What would be your observation? Now what happens to this rod? What happens to this wax pieces? So as soon as the time passes, the first piece of wax, these are the wax pieces. Okay, this is candle, this is clamp. Okay, तो अभी क्या होगा? कुछ देर के बाद you will be seeing that the wax starts melting. This melts from here, it starts melting. After the fixed seconds, the second wax strip, this wax piece is going to melt. Okay, next the third is going to melt. Similarly, all the wax pieces would be melting one by one because you are heating. But the question rises here that if we are heating the candle, if we are heating this rod with a candle from one side, then how come is that it is so that all the wax pieces are falling down one by one? At the end also, we will see that at the last, this piece of wax also will start melting. It also falls down. Now, why this is happening? We can easily say that this confuse, or it makes us confused that we are going to heat this rod at one end. How come it is so that all the wax pieces have fallen down one by one? So this makes it clear that the heat is getting transferred. Okay? The heat is getting transferred where? It is getting transferred inside this rod. जैसे जैसे heat आगे बढ़ती गई, वैसे वैसे ये wax के जो pieces थे, they started melting and they were falling down one by one. So this gave an idea of a concept of conduction. Okay, this is known as conduction. So conduction is a way of heat transfer in the solids. In the solids only. We will be discussing about other two modes in different other ways, different other names are there. So conduction means it is the process of heat transfer. It is a transfer of heat in the solids where the molecules are very closely packed. Okay, अच्छा, molecules क्या होते हैं? Molecules वो tiny particles हैं, वो छोटे particles हैं जिनसे मिल करके कोई states of matter बना है. हर एक state of matter बना हुआ है छोटे छोटे particles से, and these particles are known as molecules. So in solids what happens? These molecules are very closely packed. Okay, liquids में ये molecules थोड़े दूर दूर होते हैं और गैसेस में ये मॉलिक्यूल बहुत दूर दूर होते हैं, मतलब ज्यादा दूरी पर होते हैं एज कंपेयर टू द लिक्विड्स. ओके, अब सॉलिड में क्या होगा? सॉलिड के जो मॉलिक्यूल्स हैं दे आर वेरी क्लोज टू ईच अदर, देयर इज नो स्पेस ऑफ मूवमेंट. ओके, सो अगर आप ऐसा सोचो, एक बेंच पर आप 4-5 बच्चे बैठे हुए हो एंड योर टीचर हैज टू गिव सम paper or pencil, something. If I call you to my seat, are you be able to stand at your place and come out from your that seat which is in which you are stuck in? Okay, आप एकदम ऐसे बैठे हो कि और कोई किसी और के लिए जगह ही नहीं बची है अभी. अगर आप फंसे बैठे हो गए तो क्या होगा? आर यू गोइंग टू मूव आउट फ्रॉम देयर? यू विल बी एबल टू मूव? नो. So what are you going to do? You will be just saying the other person, please take the book or the pencil pen which the teacher is giving, please take it and give it to me. यहाँ पे भी वही होता है, एक मॉलिक्यूल है दूसरे मॉलिक्यूल से वो आपस में जुड़ा हुआ है. ओके, ये रॉड को अगर हम देखेंगे तो ये क्या है? ये है एक आयरन की रॉड जो मेटल से बनी हुई है. एंड मेटेलिक ऑब्जेक्ट के अंदर भी क्या है? कुछ मॉलिक्यूल्स प्रेजेंट है. इन मॉलिक्यूल्स के पास स्पेस नहीं है मूव करने की, तो हीट, ये एक पार्टिकल हीट लेगा और ये कहीं जाएगा नहीं. हीट विल बी ट्रांसफर्ड. एक मॉलिक्यूल से दूसरे मॉलिक्यूल में हीट ट्रांसफर होगी, जिसके वजह से ये पूरी रॉड क्या हो जाएगी? गर्म हो जाएगी. ओके, सो एक मॉलिक्यूल दूसरा मॉलिक्यूल आपस में ऐसे स्टिक्ड है. Okay, this is stuck to one another inside a solid. There is no place of movement. So as soon as the heat is traveling, it starts traveling, it moves from one particle to another. Particles are not moving, remember, only the heat energy is getting transferred from one molecule to another molecule. इस वजह से ये पूरी rod गर्म हो गई, and then after that what happens? It had all the wax has started melting and falling down one by one. So the nearby molecule which was near to this flame, this got hot at the first step. Then after that the heat got transferred from one place to another place, और फिर जाकर के ये heat से सारा रॉड ये गर्म हो गया और इसकी वजह से ये वैक्स जो थी वो मेल्ट हो गई. अगर आप ऐसे भी देखो, किसी भी ऑब्जेक्ट को अगर आप रखते हो गैस पर, तो वो वेसल पहले बेस से गर्म होता है. ऐसा नहीं कि वो ऊपर पहले हैंडल गर्म हो जाएगा. इट्स नॉट दैट. इट इज गोइंग टू बॉडी पहले ज्यादा गर्म होगा किसी भी ऑब्जेक्ट का, उसके बाद फिर हैंडल गर्म होगा. ओके, सो दिस इज व्हाई, दैट इज व्हाई दिस इज सेड टू बी एज अ हीट ट्रांसफर इन द सॉलिड इज सेड टू बी एज कंडक्शन, वेयर it is a process of heat transfer in solid where the molecules of heat is going to move from one place to another place. It's not the molecule is going to move, only the heat energy will be transferred from molecule to molecule without movement. Okay children, so this was all about the topic of conduction, and I'll be telling you more things about the transfer of heat in the next class. So I'll be meeting you all in the next video. Till then you can read the same things from your book, and if you have any doubt you can ask me in your online class. So children, that's all for today's video. I will be meeting you all in the next video with the next topic to be discussed.